Namaste, hip hop array, bienvenidos amigos, and welcome boys and girls from across the world. It's your man mikeY coming at you with another fantastic flow, and this is going to be some yoga for anxiety. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that for whoever is watching this, whatever you're going through, it's going to pass. And I know it sounds really easier to say than to be heard, but just so you know, you're not alone. I literally just got off of my second job, and it was a really stressful day. Just people were rude to me, for those of you who don't know, I work a second job at a hotel, but people were rude to me. My boss came down on me pretty hard with some stuff, and it was just like little mistakes I made that could have been easily avoidable. And now I'm trying not to get into my head that I'm going to get fired tomorrow. And I know, again, it's so hard to just say, don't worry about it. But one of the things that yoga teaches us is how to breathe, how to be in this moment here, right? We're not at work anymore, okay? Whoever was rude to us, whatever our boss said, or whatever mistakes we made doesn't count here, all right? What matters right now is that you are taking care of yourself. So, as challenging as it is, let's enjoy this moment together and just know that I'm on the other side with you. So, put one hand on top of your heart, the other on your belly, and close your eyes and take a deep, 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 deep breath. Good. And you can repeat after me loudly or just in your head, but take a deep breath and repeating after me as you exhale. I am not this moment. I know I will be okay. I am golden. One more deep breath. And I plan to stay that way. Amazing, my friends. Gently blink your eyes open. Circle the hands up high to the sky. And then exhale, open up the chest. Awesome. Reach high again. And then take a twist to the right, looking over the right shoulder. Use that left hand on the knee to just help you resist. Get a little bit of a deeper twist. Let's go back up through the middle. And then exhale to the other side. Good. Deep inhale, arms through the center, up. And then exhale, circling it down. Good. Right hand crawls out to the side. Left hand's going to come up and over. And more importantly today than any other day, obviously form, posture, all that stuff is important in yoga, but the most important thing I want you to think about is breathing. You do have the option to rest your elbow onto the floor as long as your sit bones stay down. And then let's come back to the middle, crawling our hands to the other side, reaching up and over with the right. And again, just focusing on the breathing, slow inhales with controlled exhales. Coming back. Both hands are going to reach up one more time. And then exhale, hands to the heart. And we could close our eyes again, or if you just want to stay focused on me and this beautiful beach scenery, you're welcome to do that. But I want you to think about one thing that we could be grateful for right now in this moment, right? Not the moments before, not what's to come ahead, right here, right now. Just think of one thing. Beautiful. And then we're going to come onto all fours, tabletop position, hands and knees. Just starting off with some cat-cows. So big inhale, drop the belly, look up. And exhale around the spine. Two more times. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, look back. One last. And out. Awesome. Come into a neutral spine. We're going to extend the legs back. Just holding a plank for about 10 seconds here. I always love plank because it's such an empowering pose, and as challenging as it can be, I think it's something that should always be incorporated when you're dealing with anxiety. Just reminding yourself how powerful, not that you are, but how powerful you can be. Go ahead, pull your hips back like there's a lasso around them, and we'll stretch it out here, bending one knee then the other. And then looking to the top, step or hop, forward bend. We'll do our sun salutations here, starting off with a halfway lift, and then exhale coming down. Root to rise, we're going to stand tall, reach for the sky, and then exhale, open up the chest as we do a gentle back bend for cactus. Hands come up again, and then we hinge from the hips all the way down to a forward bend. Let's go 3 times, halfway up, and down. Again halfway, and down. Last time, keep that flat back as you plant the palms down and step back into a plank pose. From here, we'll do our first vinyasa, cobra to down dog, or you're welcome to jump right into the up dog if that's your choosing. Exhale, pulling our hips back with that lasso again. So let's do the same flow, maybe not as many multiple times. So let's do the same flow, and we're going to do So let's do the same flow, but this time we're just going to visit each posture one time. So looking to the top, step or hop, halfway inhale, exhale down. Stand up, reach high, breathe out here, cactus. Go up again, and forward bend. Just one time, we're halfway lifting, and then cobra to down dog. Make your way to the hands one more time. Halfway, and down. Stand up, reach high, open up again, and forward bend. Find your flat back, lifting the chest, and cobra down dog. Exhale as we hold our down. Good. Then we're going to raise the right leg up, opening up our hip. And then coming back to the center, knee to the nose, stepping between the hands, press and pose. Just reassure that all 10 toes are facing forward. And again, all of this will come secondary. Primary focus is that belly breathing. So really fill the belly up as you breathe in. And let it deflate like a balloon as you breathe out. One more breath in. Exhale, warrior 2. Again, we'll just reassure quickly that our feet, toes, and knee placement are in the correct alignment. Remember to relax your shoulders. Remember your mantra. I got this. I'm golden and I'm going to stay that way. Pressing the big toe and the back foot. Deep inhale as we reach up to reverse. And then exhale, cartwheeling the arms down. Now we're going to do up dog to down dog. So shift forward, making sure that the shoulders are over the fingers. Lower down halfway. Don't let your thighs touch the ground. It's lava. And then big inhale as we curve and look up. Exhaling back to down dog. Left leg to the sky. Open it up. Now, if it feels uncomfortable when you're opening up, my suggestion would be to probably bend the knee a little bit more. See how that feels. Coming back to center, we hurl the knee into the nose, and then step down, lifting with our chest, crescent pose, taking 5 deep breaths. And warrior 2. I have to constantly remind myself to smile in these videos because I don't want to be over here with a stank face and then channeling that over to you. That's the last thing you need right now. Smiles are always important because it helps our central nervous system to say, you know what, it really is all good. Doesn't matter what's going to happen or what did happen. What matters is what's happening now. My friends, happiness is happening right now. Got that? Big inhale as we reverse. Cartwheel down. Vinyasa, up dog, down dog. Remember, you can always use the knees in case it's a little challenging to take yourself down. Right leg up again. Crescent pose. Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. And then with a straight leg, triangle pose. Reaching out over the toes as much as we can. And then expanding our arms as we expand our horizons. To practice balance, you can always look up. But if your neck disagrees with that, look down. Reverse warrior, don't forget to bend the front knee. And vinyasa, cartwheel down. Option to use one leg this time. Left leg's going up. Crescent pose. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Trikonasana, triangle pose. All of the poses that we're incorporating today are all poses that release tension, where tension is usually held most in the body. Just physically alleviating that pressure that we may feel so that mentally we can start alleviating the pressure that's building up in that brain. Triangle is great for the hamstrings and the hips, so I want you to think about really rolling open, but keep those fingertips straight up. 2 more breaths. Reverse it. And vinyasa, one leg if you did it on the other side. Right leg up. Crescent pose. Warrior 2. Reverse. Triangle. Reverse. Vinyasa. Left leg arriba. Crescent. 2. Throwing it back. Triangle. Reverse again. Don't forget to bend that knee. And vinyasa. Alright kids, we're going to do the same flow a couple more times each leg. Crescent, 2, triangle. Right leg up. Crescent. Breathe in with the come up. Breathe out with warrior 2. Breathe in to reverse. Breathe out as you shift into triangle. Take one breath here. Inhale as we reverse. Exhale, vinyasa. Breath out on the way down, breath in on the way up. And back. Left side. Crest. 2. Reverse. Triangle. How's that breathing coming out for you? Good. Don't forget it, baby. Inhale, reverse. And vinyasa. Let's do it one more time. I'm not going to say the posture. I'm just going to cue the breath, all right? Because like I said, that's my most important focus for you right now. So starting with the right leg lifting up, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. No cues on the left side, all right? I know you got it at this point. Take it at your pace, or you could run with me in a mirror. Awesome. Let's hold that down, dog. Take 3 deep breaths there. Fantastic. Looking to the top, step or gently hop, forward bend. Halfway up and down. Root to rise, reaching for the skies. And cactus. Hands high and to the heart. Nice. Stay the way you are on your mat. I'm just going to turn so that we're facing each other. We're going to do a little bit of balancing and hip opening, moving into a tree pose. So left knee is going to come up and we're going to plant it either on our femur or the shin bone. Just remember, we never want it on the knee because it's putting pressure and our knee's not strong enough to handle that pressure. So plant it where it may be and think about that for a second too, all right? Maybe the knee isn't, capable of handling that pressure, but at the same time, the knee is not meant to handle that pressure. It has a whole entirely different function. So sometimes we got to think about the same thing with ourselves, is that we may put so much pressure on us to be something that we're not meant to be. And that's just something I want you to think about too, all right? Don't overthink it, but put it as a consideration in your little toolbox to say, you know what? Maybe I'm not meant to run a marathon. Maybe I'm meant to be an Olympic lifter, or maybe I'm not meant to, work as the CEO. Maybe I thrived a lot better as someone who was just directly dealing with customers. We're all meant for something, and it's all something great. The only thing that requires is a little bit of experiment. So that's my little mantra to you today. Go ahead, switch sides. Mikey, you talked that entire side and it threw me off focus. I'm sorry, baby. Don't. If you do this video again, just throw me on mute because I want to do that little monologue. But this side, I'm going to shut up, let you find your focal point, and just be the tree that you want to be. Fantastic. Bring the knee forward, gently set the foot down. Big inhale as we bring palms up to the sky. Little back bend looking up. And then exhale, diving down. Halfway up, plank. I didn't say vinyasa, I said plank. Don't get it twisted. We're lowering down to the elbows, forearm plank. Then I want you to start inching your way up to the elbows, just about a quarter of the way. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, lowering the knees, shifting into a puppy pose. So feel free to scooch back a little more if you need to. As long as the hips are over the knees, you're excellent. But we're going to melt the forehead down alongside of our elbows. Maybe even bringing the chest down. Puppy pose is a way of saying we're surrendering, and not in a weak way. We're surrendering because what we're holding on to is not worth it. It doesn't always have to be such a negative connotation when it comes to something like letting go or surrendering. Moving on to our tummies into a Sphinx pose. Extend your legs back. Lifting up the chest. Looking over the left shoulder. And looking over the right. Bring your head back to the center. And then easy as we fold our hands into a pillow, going into crocodile pose. From the crocodile, we're going to lift ourselves back up. Bringing the right knee out to the side for a frog. Just a half frog. Now alongside of the hamstrings, the hips are probably the biggest holder of stress. For men especially, as I understand it. And why that is, I can't come up with a big dissection for you right now, but what I do know is that it is important for us to practice daily, uh, relieving the tension that's in our hips, so that way we don't have anything uncomfortable for the low back. It makes the hamstrings feel a little less tight. So, and above all, this is not just a hip release, but it's almost an emotional release. So, if you ever notice yourself doing big hip stretches and there's some kind of emotion coming on, then congratulations, you work properly as a human being. Not that you wouldn't if you didn't, but I'm just letting you know there's nothing wrong with that. Let's go ahead, bring the right foot in and extend the leg back, shifting over to our left. So remember, we want the knee to run parallel with the waistline, and we want the foot to run parallel with the knee joint. So your toes are pointed out. And we're going to take 6 long breaths here. Two more deep breaths. And then easy as we extend the leg back, moving into a child's pose. Knees apart, toes together. Feel free to use a block underneath the forehead to help out your neck, should you need that. And then easy as we come back into a downward dog. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you flow again, alright? We're just going to move into our pigeon pose. So starting by bringing the right leg up, We're going to bring the right knee outside of the wrist, so make sure it's outside of your hand, closer towards off of the mat. Sliding your left knee back and getting your grounding. So again, just a hip stretch to help us learn to let go. Some modifications here. You may slide a block or a blanket underneath the space between your right outer hip and the floor. If it feels extremely uncomfortable to do this, and by extremely uncomfortable, I mean painful for your knee, then get out of it immediately. Do a figure 4 stretch instead. For those of you unfamiliar with figure 4, that guy, right? And then, of course, for anybody who's looking to go deeper, you can bring it down to your elbows or even go into a sleeping pigeon, extending your arms forward and then melting the forehead down. Fill the belly up with a big breath in. And let it go. One more time. And then easy, we're going to gently press back into a downward dog, but take your time getting there. Or you could stay on all fours and do some circles. Or if you're in down dog, do some knee circles that way. And then the left leg will go up so we can switch to the other side. Just be mindful if this side is a little bit tighter. You don't need to have it look exactly like the right side did. Which you could probably tell mine. One of the best ways to find out that one side is tighter than the other is that if you didn't have your hands there, how quickly you're going down to the ground. That's a big indicator that this side's a little extra tighter, a little tighter. Syntax error there. But if you decide that this isn't for you, remember you can always do figure 4 instead. And if you are doing this on your own, whether it's a figure 4 or a pigeon, and you notice it's tighter, feel free to spend a little bit longer on it. You know, I'm gonna even it out for time's sake and for all the average people out there who have normal hips. But if you want to pause me so you can spend a little extra time on this side, maybe pause. Four more deep breaths. Cool. We're going to gently press out from down dog or your tabletop. You can circle the knee out any way you'd like. And then we're going to take a seat with the legs out in front of us. Getting our posture upright. Right heel comes in, left leg is going to stay out. Deep inhale as we reach up. And hinging, forward bend. Now remember, the most important thing with a forward bend, or any bend for that particular matter, is to not have the shoulders. Get your anatomy right, guy. To not have the shoulders all up into your ears. So think about almost turning your elbows down to help make that happen. Easy as we release it. We're going to pull the right knee in. Make sure we cross the foot over the thigh and give it a nice tight squeeze here. Attacking the glute. Shouldn't say attacking the glute. Relieving the glute. Easy as we set the foot down. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee for another twist. And unraveling it. Switching out to the left. So left heel in, right leg stays out. Remember, we want to be directly facing our foot. Lift up our chest, reach high, and forward bend. To reiterate, shoulders out of the ears by pointing the elbows down. And really consciously think about no rounding in the back. So head slouched in, that's definitely rounding there, but if you try to keep your chest lifted, then you can slowly eliminate whatever curve might be happening that shouldn't be. Does that make sense? I hope so. Thank you for watching, by the way. See if we get a little deeper over these next 3 breaths. Slowly rising up. Crossing our ankle over the thigh as we pull the knee in. Setting our foot down, keeping the crossover as we twist. Right elbow onto the left. Untwisting. Extending our left leg back out. Keeping the toes upright. We're going to reach high for the sky. And then hinge forward, forward bend. As we let go, we're going to come back onto our elbows. So, just as this beautiful beach provides, we're going to bring you down to our elbows like we're catching a tan, and then we're going to drop the head back for fish pose. Now, one thing I want you to remember with fish pose too is that this is great. You can always use support from bolsters or a pillow as well, but if you're trying to just get a little bit more out of the pose, in other words, more flexibility in the spine, you want to think about almost lifting your belly button up a little bit more. And we'll take 4 deep breaths here. Setting your spine down as kindly as you can into your final Shavasana. Palms facing up. Spreading the legs as wide as your mat. Taking a deep, 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 deep breath and exhaling it out. 2 more. Deep, deep breath and let it out. We're going to hold the last one. Breathe everything you got. Hold it for 3, 2, and relax. And just let the sounds of the video, the ocean sounds, or whatever nurturing and anytime your mind starts to wander, and allow the sounds of the video or whatever comforting sounds are around you to pay extra special attention to them as you try to breathe deeply in and deeply out. Should your mind start to wander, just come back to the breath in and breathing in, and the breath out and breathing out. Enjoy this moment of stillness. Shavasana. Slowly start to reset, wiggling your fingers and toes. Reaching the arms behind you. And then rolling on to your right side, coming up to take a seat whenever you prefer. Once you're sitting up, place one hand on your tummy and the other one on your heart again. And just focus on the breathing. And again, you could either repeat after me or just say it silently to yourself, but taking a deep breath in. I am not that moment. Deep breath in. I am golden. And that's how I plan to stay. Bringing the hands to your hearts, appreciating that beat that's been there from the very start. My friends, thank you always for your happiness and health. Appreciate, respect, and always love yourself. Namaste. Friends, I hope you're feeling as great as I am right now, just because I know there's good energy on the other side here. No matter what what curveballs life throws at us, we're going to get there together, all right? But thank you so much for viewing this video. Remember to leave any comments, questions in the section below, and I hope to see you for the next flow. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.